What is up, everybody? It is Guy Smiley here, and we're going to be doing a quick mock review of these technical trucks that I made for the World in Darkness group. They are part of the Egyptian regime faction, and that's why they have these guys in them. These are the Egyptian regime soldiers here with the dark tan bodies and the black bulletproof vests on there. And then I have another minifigure right here that I also showed with them in the final picture, which I'll put on the screen right now. That is the picture that I took of these trucks, and it turned out looking really, really awesome. I kind of made it look like they were all retreating, because in the end of the story that everybody came up with in that group, this faction actually lost, and they had to retreat into South Sudan, actually. So it's quite the complex storyline. You guys can go to the group and read it if you want. But that's the picture that I took of these trucks. I used a lot of really cool customization on these, which I will talk about a little bit later. I made 3 of them here because I actually bought pieces for these and built every single one of them. I actually bought the pieces because I was going to sell them as kits, but then I built them all and now I have them like this, and I think I'm actually going to sell them like this. I've already actually sold this one to somebody, so I need to mail this off soon. But this one is sold. I sold it for $75, and I'm going to ship it exactly like this without the minifigure, of course. The minifigure is too expensive for that. But this one I'm going to ship off exactly like this, and it's going to ship, and it's going to be like an original. It's like an original Guy Smiley build. So if you want to own one of these original Guy Smiley builds, you can message me on Instagram, because I'm going to be selling this one and this one as well. So each one of these trucks is actually unique with respect to the camo pattern that you guys see on there, and with respect to the gear that I have on the top. And that ended up making it look really realistic in the final picture. Like each one was slightly different, which looked really awesome. So here's one. This is the camo pattern we have on here. As you can see, we have a nice line going up here, and it stops right at the window there. And then we have designs across multiple faces of the bricks, which was actually really hard to get these to be the exact size for this brick, and then I had to cut it and then continue and make it the exact size for this part right here, which was very challenging and took quite a while, but the result was well worth it in my opinion. What I did for the camo pattern for the actual stickers was I just printed out a solid piece of tan on a sticker paper sheet, and then I just cut out little pieces of it to make each individual piece of the camo. And there is the other side of that truck right there. And then as you can see, this one has some really cool gear on the top. It actually uses a printed tile right there from the very old Harry Potter sets. And it has a bunch of non-Lego cloth here. This is just cloth that I have just pretty much just laying around from, I saved it from old shirts and old stuff like that, old clothes, and I just cut out pieces of it, and I was able to use that on this build here. And that is one thing I'll recommend to you guys, is do not throw away your old clothes without just salvaging as much of the cloth as you can from them, because you can actually use that on your Lego builds. As you see right here, it adds a lot of realism. You see a lot of people using cloth with World War II builds as well. So if you guys do any World War II stuff, you're probably no stranger to using cloth like this, but it works really great for modern military builds as well, because it's really plausible that people are carrying around their sleeping bags. Maybe this could be like a tent right here or something like that, maybe like a tarp to cover their camp or something. So it works out really well to just use old cloth from your old clothes, so you don't have to actually buy any in the store. And the next truck right here has a unique sticker pattern as well, a unique camo pattern, I should say. And this one, I really did a lot of extra work here with this piece right here, because I wanted it to continue all the way over here. So I had to do a little piece of stickering on the side of a plate right there, which was actually very hard, because I had to size that just right and then get it to stick on there in just the right position, but it turned out looking really, really awesome there. And I also did some really cool stuff with the window as well. I made this pattern right here continue up, and then I made it continue up right here in this little plate right here, and I put a little piece right there. Where the window kind of slopes up a little bit at a 90-degree angle there. So that piece looks really awesome, and I made it go underneath the doorknob as well, the door handle, I should say, and that looks really cool. That took a long time to do that. And this is the only one I did that for. I made sure to not do a camo pattern that had to go right there on the other ones, because I did not want to have to cut a sticker exactly like that again. And on the back, we have a non-Lego gas can right here. just something that I had laying around. I don't know where I got it, actually. I don't even know what brand it is, but it just looks really cool. And again, non-Lego parts can really add to your MOCs. If you guys see any in like bulk bins at stores, I definitely recommend picking them up, especially if they're like cool little things like that gas can in olive green. And then here's the other side. Not too much crazy stuff going on this side, except for this right here, which I have a little piece going on the side of that plate, which looks really cool. And then for the gear on the top of this one, I didn't use so much cloth. I just have like 2 of these cloth sleeping bags on the top right there. I have a briefcase because I think that it's pretty much a requirement to include a tactical briefcase in any World in Darkness build. And then we have a printed tile right here and a really cool like kind of a long thing. I thought maybe this could be like a jack, maybe like a tire jack, because it kind of looks like that. It's like a big long thing with this antenna there, which looks really cool there. This is a printed tile from like an old Star Wars mini set that's kind of rare now. And then on the other side we just have a extra ammo canister for the machine gun that's on the back of all 3 of these trucks. It's the same design on the back of all 3 of them. And here is the final truck right here. Here's the camo pattern on this side. I did some really tricky stuff with the camo on the roof here with a big piece right there, and then I applied a long strip to the side of the plate to make it look like that pattern there continues onto the side of the roof, which makes it look very realistic. And then here is the other side right there, again with a little piece that ends right where the window starts and goes all the way down onto the bottom of the truck. And there is a piece in the back right here, kind of an irregular pattern. And on the roof here we have some cloth. This piece of cloth right here is actually from an old backpack. I remember cutting this off. Actually, no, it might have been like an old binder that was like covered in cloth, but I cut this piece of cloth off knowing that I could eventually use it for a build, and here it is. It looks really awesome. The color is very realistic to what you would kind of see for maybe like a tent or a sleeping bag that would be used for like a desert vehicle here. And then I used some of the stickers that I actually made for a drone. These are the stickers that come with the drones that I'm selling currently. And I just put 2 of those on a 1x1 tile, then attach it to a 1x2 plate in dark green to make it look like there's a little box of something there with a number on it. And then I used a old adventurer's backpack. I actually really love this piece here. And it looks really cool on there, kind of like a roof bag. Like they could actually open this from the back and actually access stuff inside it. That looks really awesome right there. I love using old pieces like that people very rarely use. I haven't really seen this piece used very often, so it's really cool to actually get to use that. And in the back we have a Egyptian regime soldier sitting back here as well. He was back here for the picture just to make it look like he was sitting back there as they were kind of fleeing the battle, as they were losing the war there in Egypt. And one thing I forgot to mention on the trucks was these bull bars here. I put a little bull bar on the front of all 3 of the trucks, and it looks really, really cool because a lot of the trucks you see on like Toyotas of War Instagram page was where I took a very big piece of inspiration for these trucks. They have bull bars on the front, and so I really wanted to do that with these trucks, but a lot of brick built stuff that I was trying to come up with was actually just too big and too bulky. So I actually found this on Amazon. What it is it's a 3mm rubber tubing, and unfortunately it's not like exactly the size of a Lego bar. It's a little bit smaller, which is what I was really looking for, but I was still able to use it for these bull bars here. And what I did was the tube is hollow, and I just took a piece of metal twisty tie, and I threaded it through the whole tube so that I could bend it and make it hold its shape there in this shape right here and make it look like a nice bull bar. And then I actually put it on the inside of this piece on the front of the truck, which right here, as you can see, there's 2 holes on either side. What this piece is it's actually the Lego Racers, a very old Lego Racers piece right here. And it's attached right there, and it has 2 holes on either side. And I was able to put this piece right there through those 2 holes, and then it kind of just stays in place right there. It's a little bit wobbly, and it falls out very easily if you just like do this. But you could secure it with glue or with tape. I wouldn't use glue. Or you can actually just take some tape and like put it around each side of these, each end, and then it would actually probably make it thick enough to where it would actually stay as well if you actually were to just put it in like that. So I'll put the link to this tubing that I used in the description if you guys want to buy some of that on Amazon, or you could try to find a different brand that actually might be the same size as a Lego bar, which would be a lot more useful because then you could put it inside studs and you could make clips hold on to it as well. And here's a quick look at the bottom of the pickup truck just to show you guys the complexity that I had to incorporate to get these fenders to be exactly held at the right position for each of the wheel wells here. As you can see, they're actually brick built. They're not like the prefab Lego fenders, and they look really good. I used a pneumatic T-piece right here and attached a Lego claw right there to it to allow it to reach the correct angle. To be held in there on the wheel wells. And then I used this fence piece right here, and I just attached it on the bottom with a headlight brick, and I was able to get it to stay just like that, and then it looks like a really cool like a bar running along the edge of the bottom of the truck. Like they could use that to step up on and get in the truck. I'm sure it has a name. I don't really know what they're called in real life. It's just like a bar on the bottom of the truck. It looks kind of cool, so you can actually step up into your door there. And then for the mirrors here, you guys might be wondering what piece did I use right here. And this is actually one of those wrench pieces, one of the old wrench pieces, and it connects right there to a stud on the inside of the truck, and then it can be moved around like this, and then it has a 1x1 tile with clip on there for the mirror. So overall, these trucks, they look really great from the exterior. The only thing about them is they cannot hold minifigures. There is absolutely no space on the inside. It's pretty much solid on the inside of these trucks, and that is just something that I sacrificed because with these trucks, I really just wanted to make the most realistic and most good-looking truck from the exterior that I possibly could. And that meant doing brick-built windshield in the front because I really wanted to get these really subtle curves here with this inverted 2x2 slope here with this really nice curvature to it, and then a flat front on the windshield. I really wanted to have the A-pillar visible here, which looks really cool. It's just a tile attached to the other side of that piece there. And then I really wanted to have this pillar here and the pillar in the back. You know, I really wanted it to look just absolutely 100% accurate to what a real truck looks like. And I think I was able to do that really well with these because that meant just sacrificing the interior. I didn't really want to have minifigures inside these because you know, and it's really impossible to do that with doing a brick built windshield and brick built side windows because these windows here, they're like one brick thick, and if the truck is 6 studs wide, then that means there's only 4 studs in between the 2 side windows, which is not enough space for 2 minifigures in there. So that's just kind of like the give and take of doing Lego trucks is and Lego vehicles in general is, do you want to have it hold minifigures and look a little bit worse from the outside, or do you want to have it not be able to hold minifigures and look really, really great from the outside? And I think it's very difficult to do both of those at the same time. But I think that is going to be it for this video. Be sure to leave a comment down below with your guys' thoughts on these trucks, and be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. And I will see you guys in the next video.